So this is Mary. I got her, I don't know what year it was when I picked her up. Actually, I didn't pick her up. She was a gift from a good friend for Christmas. Yeah, for Christmas. King of Trade and Medicine hat. This is a long time ago. This is like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years ago, something like that. Anyway, so Mary hangs out here in the studio. She just sits around looking pretty. That's pretty much her function. She actually used to hold my like when I had my studio in like a bedroom in another place I was living in. She used to like hold my camera when I went live, so she had more of a function then. Which is pretty cool. Just got some hardcore tats. She has her nails painted. Anyway, I don't know. That's Mary. But I never tried to like clean this off before, and I don't know why. So I'm going to use some solvent and do that right now because I don't know why I never did before. It's kind of silly. Well, it's not bad. It's definitely better than where she was at before. Don't know why I never thought of doing it, but I mean, yeah, she's dusty too. Never done this before. Whew, whew. Well, that's because that wasn't meant to go down. Okay, well now I know. Oh geez. That's why it's good to scout your locations a little bit before you just say, hey, never done this before, this looks really janky, let's do it. Could have been worse. All sorts of dead ends today. Didn't think I was gonna make that one. Started dabbing, and I think that made it worse. Should have just sent it. That's stuff I gotta get better at. Whew. Gotta learn from the times. Learn quickly from the times I almost wreck before I do wreck. Thankful. Whew. What kind of knob says thankful? Hashtag gratitude. Just got back from a bike ride, so I've got some stuff to say. Seems like lately, a couple times I come back from rides, I have some thoughts, or sharing thoughts that I had on the ride. Anyway, let's get to it. Really made myself sick this week, like physically ill, with the amount of stress and anxiety and worry and whatever else that I that I put on myself in a way. Usually I find with anxiety that I something happens, like an outward external force creates a situation for me and I have to deal with it, and then I have to figure out how to deal with it. I get anxious because of this external force. I really haven't noticed a lot of situations where I have created and perpetuated my own anxiety. For a long period of time, I try to get over. I'll read something, I'll listen to something, and I'll start thinking about crazy stuff like World War III and and global warming killing us all and whatever else, and I'll get really anxious about it and like, oh no, we're all gonna die. And I'm like, that's so far in the future, or maybe not, but I mean, it's not happening today or tomorrow, probably. So I try to get out of that. But I just got caught in this crazy anxiety loop. I feel like I had an opportunity for a decision, or have an opportunity for a decision, I guess, that would really affect the course of my life in such a significant way that I've never had to make a decision like this before, or never been given the opportunity, I should say, to make a decision like this before, or never put myself in a position to make a decision like this before. And I just got in this anxiety loop and spiral, and it was just for days. And it wasn't great that I also wasn't riding my bike as much because of weather. I should have done some exercise at home or something just to help with anxiety. I should have done some meditating. I didn't do that either. I ended up, yesterday was the worst of it because I just I wasn't sleeping very well either, and not getting enough sleep. And yesterday I barely saw another human. I went out for 5 minutes, and that was it. And that was my only human physical interaction in the day, and that didn't help. But it was just, this whole thing is just okay, I start thinking about, if I go this way, I get crazy anxious. I get super anxiety if I think about going this way sometimes. But then on the other end of it, it's oh, well, it feels really good to go this other way. And you'd think that would be a sign right there, right? They'll be oh, okay, well, if it feels good when you think about this other choice that you have, and that feels nice, then why wouldn't you just do that? That is your answer. And not necessarily. I'm super neurotic and just I obviously overthink things and overanalyze, and just the fact that it feels good might be a sign that it's not great, because feeling anxiety feels bad. It doesn't mean that it's the right decision or the wrong decision. Feeling anxiety over doing something means that it's maybe a difficult thing to do, but it doesn't mean it's the wrong thing to do. So if you start to feel good about a choice, sometimes it's because it's the easy way out, right? Feeling good about a choice sometimes is the easy way out. And I know this, and I know that I've been like this at times. So I'm well, how do I know? Because both things could be right in a different context. If you feel good and you follow your heart and whatever, but then if it's man, that's not the thing you need to do, you're getting crazy anxious over it, that's not for you, it's a mess. It's a mess. I haven't figured it out. I need to stop trying to figure it out. I feel way better today, but I am ill. I felt ill for a couple days, but then I got started to get a sore throat out of nowhere. And then today I noticed when I was left for my bike ride, I was man, I'm gonna faint. I got really I had to stop on my bike ride a couple times, and it was not a difficult ride. So it was just and it wasn't crazy hot out, and I'm not undernourished, and I actually slept through the night for the first time in a week probably. I got a good 7.5 hours, which I haven't got that much sleep in at least a week or two. And so I felt pretty good, but then I went on this bike ride and I was holy smokes, I had to take breaks, and I was just man, and I feel a little I'm on the edge of maybe I'll get a fever. I don't know. It's just, I haven't I've never felt this much anxiety and stuff on my own. I just haven't. Yeah, like I said, it's pretty much all me. And then you feel pressure, and that's why I said it's a spiral and a cycle. Because it's like, hey, well, I need to figure this out because I don't want to feel this way anymore. So then you're like, no matter what decision I make right now, I'll have it figured out, and that will feel good, which like puts pressure on me to do something that I'm not ready to do, which is make a decision. I don't, anyway. Anxiety's fun. Yeah, I forgot to mention. I feel really good and really positive right now and optimistic, and I can't even trust that because, like, I feel good, which is good. I'm like, okay, just whatever. I'm not anxious right now. Like, I feel really good. I'm gonna move on with my day and see what happens. But like, I was listening to music while I was biking. I was outside biking, sun, using energy, like exercise, getting chemicals flowing. On top of that, on one of these little like breaks that I took, I did like just like a minute and a half of like meditating. That felt good, and then I feel really good. But again, it just trips me out because I'm like, well, I feel really good because of all these other things. It doesn't mean I feel good about like what direction I'm leaning towards in this decision or anything. Anyway, I don't want to, like, talking about this right now isn't actually tripping me out. I thought it would. I thought it'd be like, oh my goodness, I'm going to talk about it, and then it's going to be all, like, real again and whatever. But I feel so good right now, other than, like, the fact that I feel a little ill still, that I'm just like, it's fine. Like, I can talk about it, and it's fine. But these are all these real things that happen sometimes where you can't trust anything. I feel like a not sane person sometimes. Who would have figured? This week's vlog is super short, not very action-packed. But I will say, aside of the vlog, there is a raw ride that is up. That is golf balls. I was wearing the chesty. I actually cleaned the thing. It was a little slow going because I'm not feeling super hot. But I did that, so that's cool. And then I had a conversation, of course, as I always do, and this one was about coping mechanisms and like how negative coping mechanisms usually are pretty stagnant, and I think that in order to have positive coping mechanisms and do that in a great, good way, they need to change, and you need to continually adapt and think of new coping mechanisms. Anyway, that's the conversation. Last thing I want to say is that, actually two things. Well, one, again with the podcast, artist, personal journalist, right now, all the episodes are up. It is up to date. There's new stuff on there. As soon as I put a video up, then, if it's a conversation or something like that, then it goes into the podcast at the same time. So, there's I don't even remember now, 70-something episodes there. Mostly conversation pieces, some reviews, a couple rants. Story times are up there. So if that is a better format for you to listen rather than YouTube, then go do that. I will have links in this. We'll have one link to the Anchor, which has links to other podcast platforms. It is not on all the platforms ever yet. It is on a couple key ones. It's on Podcast Addict. It's on Spotify, Google Play Music, Google Podcasts. It is not yet available on Apple Podcasts. But by the time this is out, maybe it will be. It should be very soon. It's on some other stuff too, and it is pending on some other stuff too. If there are certain platforms you listen to podcasts on and you cannot find it, you should tell me, and then I can do my best to get it on there. So this one was a little slow for a lot of reasons. I had some family down, and I didn't film a lot of that stuff, or any of that stuff, I should say. And I was just having a weird week. So, see you on another time.